What's up, mi gente? ¿Qué onda? How you guys doing, man? I'm just chilling over here. Today, ready to go and do my routine. And I just wanted to let you know, man, that I'm ready. I already made my other channel in Spanish. Because there's a lot of, well, before I continue with this video, man, you already seen on the title, man. Who used to run Pelican Bay? Who runs Pelican Bay? Back in the 90s, because a lot of people been asking me questions on regards to I don't know, there's something, kind of like a mistake uh, about Pelican Bay, homes. Pelican Bay was for sure a dangerous place, not as dangerous as High Desert, because I was in both High Desert and Pelican Bay. And a lot of gente that was in the High Desert, they used to tell me I want to go back to the Bay. It's just fucking out the hook on this shit, the Wild West. So anywho, man, like I said, I already made my new video. There you go, man. Se llama Mentes Criminales, Criminal Minds Mexico, right? And I got this video, right? I got this video right here where see, I already made a video where it talks about La Onda, right? Pertenecí a La Onda. I used to belong to La Onda. I was not a member. On the video, I'm not saying that I was a member of La Onda. What is La Onda? You guys already seen Blood In and Blood Out, homes. And what they call La Onda in there is La M. But I didn't belong to La M, homie. I'm just saying I was part of it. Because everybody that goes to prison, whether you like it or not, you're a part of it. You've been told what to do by them batos. So somehow you become an affiliator or a sympathizer, whatever, And I was not the exception, homie. Everybody falls under the same umbrella. Whether you're paisa or sureño, homes. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says, homes. Matter of fact, and the reason I'm saying this is because I did a halle for Gibby from what was he from Oceanside? Gibby. So anywho, and I don't really talk about this pedo, but that was one of my first one of my first incidents that one of my first hollies that I did, and after that I didn't want to. I used to play I played the part, like I don't know nothing about the politics. I didn't want to get involved because I seen a lot of battles getting fucking hundreds of fucking years. And my thing, and I know I already told you I didn't have no hope. When I was in prison, I had no hope of getting out. But I was like, hey, if I'm gonna do something, it's gonna be from what I believe. Later I started, getting more clecha and having an understanding of what politics were. I was like, hell no, man. I know I said I didn't give a rat ass. But at the same time, at the back of your mind, you're always with that, with that little, hey, I want to get out, man. There's always hope, and as long as there is hope, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. So anywho, man, let's go back to the video, man. Hey, but before I continue, man, hey, go to the other channel, subscribe, homie. Do me a pan and subscribe to that channel, homie, so I can have at least 1,000 subscribers, and so I can start going making progress on the other channel. Because I see a lot of people, they've been asking me, once you make a Spanish video, it's not going to happen, right? I already made one and it didn't work. But anywho, man, I'm going to tell a lot of stories over here on this one. But check it out, man. Since I'm going to be talking, some sensitive shit, I'm going to have my face like this with a paño. You know what I mean? You guys already know me, homie. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna be snitching. I'm not gonna be talking about shit that happens right here in Mexico, because that's not my thing, dog. I don't get involved in that stuff. So anywho, man, who used to run Pelican Bay? Who runs Pelican Bay? then and now. Uh, Crips, whites, Sureños, Norteños. But check it out, man. When you go to prison, especially level 4, Pelican Bay homes, who runs the blacks? The blacks run the blacks, homes. Whites run the whites. Paisas run the paisas, and the same thing with the Sureños. Sureños run the Sureños, Norteños run them. Nobody runs your other than your people, your own people. If you're Norteño, your Norteño gente is gonna tell you what to do. If I'm a paisa, I'm a paisa. The paisas are gonna tell me what to do. If I'm a Sureños, the big homies are gonna tell me what to do. And it's the same thing with the blacks and with the whites and the others. But let's say that they one day with this, in another way, who was the hardest? Who was the hardest in Pelican Bay? Without no extra fucking preservatives or no mucho chile, mucha salsa, putting too much salsa in the tacos, crepes, sangres, sureños, norteños, or whites. The freaking whites were fucking vicious, huh? In Pelican Bay. Them vatos, they didn't play, huh? They didn't play. Check it out. I'm missing half my ear. Got me all the way over to my neck. A white boy. We got into with the white. Then them batus are vicious, huh? Them batus are vicious. They don't play. They got fucking swords, huh? They got big pedazos, huh? Like I said, they don't. Their big homies, the equivalent to their big homies, they right there, también, and they don't play. They don't, like I say, they are vicious, dangerous people, huh? Las abejas, they don't, some of the biggest raza, and as far as the biggest, it was the whites, and blacks and whites, huh? The S's, the Mexicans, we were always the smallest because you got the other car, the Ramfla, the others. They got some Samoans big as fuck, huh? But the whites, they los gabachos, the white, we call them sábanas, gabachos, with respect, huh? Before I continue with this video, man, there's a lot of racism in prison. And the reason I'm saying this is because all these pedos that are going on right now, and not all the gabachos are like that, dog. You guys already know, that I'm in PV, Puerto Vallarta, and they celebrate El Dia de los Muertos, right? Day of the Dead, homies. And this is a cool little story, homie. Before I continue with my video, so so you can get an idea of where do we become racist, where in life you become the person that you are. It starts at home. If you tell your kids, if you feed your kids, crap, about these other races, and to me that's fear. Tell them hey, those are, if those, that's fear. You scared of those, that gente, homes. Serio. To me, we all the same, homes. We're all the same. Check it out. I was in PV, and I seen this little gabacho, little gabachito, right? I was checking out the parade. I sent you some pictures. I was checking out the parade, and we Mexicans, we put we dress our little kids, as dead, to honor our dead fellows, people. That's what we do. We celebrate Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, right? And so we paint our little kids, horses, dogs, whatever, as resembling the dead, those that passed away. So anywho, man, I was at the corner. I was chilling. I was just posting up. I was watching the parade, and I seen this little kid. He they just barely came from the States. First time. Probably his first time being in Mexico, and he was looking around like, wow, like this is Mexico. And I was checking it out, dog. I was checking him out. I was like, because he was a little cute little boy, Holmes, and he seen a paisita, right? About his age, like 3 or 4, and her mom was, she was the little kid was on a stroller, right? Mom was pushing her, so she stopped at the corner, right? And she was, she was all painted como Dia de los Muertos, like they did that, right? Como like a skeleton. She was painted her face, and the little gabachito, he looked at her, and they looked at each other, and their eyes locked, and they were staring at each other for a little minute, and like, what a beautiful sight right there, dog. It was like two cultures, now seeing each other for the first time, almost, like two whole different worlds, almost. And I was like, damn, that was a beautiful sight. That was a beautiful thing to see, almost. The little paisita, this little gabachito, they were like, they didn't say nothing, right? But they were, like, I guess the little paisita was like, "Hey, look at the little gabachito," and the little white boy was like, "Oh man, this is Mexico, beautiful Mexico. Mexico's beautiful. They embrace you right here." So anyway, man, back to the story. So they like I said, the whites are vicious, but blacks también, blacks, they like I said, blacks run blacks, Nobody runs the other ramflat. Nobody runs the other man's car, but in so the Sureños and the Norteños, they, like I said, they're big homies. They're in charge of everything, But who if let's say if the CEOs, if they pull away, right, they leave the prison, and they lock the doors, not the doors, but they lock everything. They let us to the yard so we can fight. Who's gonna come on top, It's gonna be hell. But I bet you that, to me, being honest, I think the Sureños are gonna come out on top, They're the most vicious in prison in Pelican Bay. I'm a paisa, wait. I'm a paisa. I never, I'm not taking sides about the Norteños, Sureños, blacks or whites. But I think that the Sureños are gonna come on top, They're gonna run everything. If the CEOs were to leave the prison and just leave these battles on their own, hey, F these battles, you deal with each other, I think that the Sureños, without a doubt, they're gonna come on top, They're the most vicious in Pelican Bay, and that's to me, Pelican Bay was it was between Pelican Bay and High Desert. High Desert a little bit more, but only Pelican Bay, it makes it more dangerous because of the gente that was there. But as far as pegadas and all this stuff, High Desert, but more serious, Pelican Bay. Like I said, if they were to close the doors and leave all this gente by themselves to deal with each other, the Sureños, they will come on top, Serio. Well, anywho, man, I just want to say, I want to send my saludos to everybody, man, and please subscribe to my channel, man. I'm gonna talk about so many different things, I'm gonna talk about my whole case when I was growing up, some crazy stuff, see, a lot of the comments, they've been asking me, hey, when you gonna do a video in Spanish? So I'm gonna do a whole Spanish channel. It's called Mentes Criminales Mexico, and it's gonna be the same thing, though. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not glamorizing violence. I'm not gonna glamorize violence. If anything, I'm gonna do some. I got some good plans. Hopefully this new channel will blow up, because I want to be an influence. I wanted to help people. And with that, I'm out. Thank you for your support. I'm out. Gracias. Saludos. Saludos, gente. God bless you, man. Thank you for watching my videos, and let me know what you think in the comments.